Hello everyone and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's time for another library update video to let you know what's going on in the library in January. Should we flip a coin to see who goes first, or do you want to start us off?
I'll start. It's
Okay,
fine.
what do we have going on in children's this month?
So, story time starts again on Monday, January 6th. And we'll have morning story time through January and February. It runs January 6th through February 24th. It's 10:30 Monday morning, story time with Miss Kathryn. Pajama party starts on the 8th of January. Wednesday evenings, we do pajama party at 6:30, and we'll start on January 8th, and we will end on February 26th. Now, we do story time seasonally, so that's just our winter season. We'll take a little break, and then spring season will start in March, like second week in March. So we'll let you know about that when it comes around. Junior Video Game Club is going to be Tuesday, January 7th.
How's that been going?
Oh my gosh. You know what? I have to say, these are some of the nicest kids, like, ever. They've been so patient. We've been working really diligently to set up a second switch because the first time we had our junior video game club, we had 15 kids come. And they had to take turns. They had to rotate through like 4 kids playing at a time. They were so kind to each other and so nice about it, very polite. And then the next time we met, we had the switch set up and we were excited, but it wouldn't work. And the kids that really tried to get it to work were so patient, but not one of them complained at all about the fact that, you know how you expect a kid to go, "You said it was going to work." Like, what? If they were my own kids, that's what they would have said to me. And these guys were just super sweet. And they're like, "That's okay, we'll go play on the other." It's like, oh my gosh, you guys. So it's going really, really well. We don't have all of the games that we have on our TV and our first Switch yet. We'll be purchasing another card for this account and purchase some more games for it soon. But on the 7th, we'll have 2 Switches, one on the big screen, one on the TV, and we'll be doing some Mario Kart and having some fun. Right. So that's at 3:30 on January 7th. You need to be in 2nd through 5th grade to come to that one. It's not registered. You don't have to sign up. We have some snacks, but we're not having dinner at 3:30 in the afternoon, so please don't expect that. And you should snack according to how your parents would like you to snack. I'm not going to keep a really good eye on everything and count what people are eating, but just know it is just something simple and just a snack. Teen Video Game Club is going to be on Saturday, January 11th. That's going to be from 2 until 3:30. That's for kids who are 6th grade up through 12th grade. And we'll also have snacks, but that's not lunch, so, you know. Anime Club will be on Tuesday, January 14th. We start at 3:30. We watch anime for about an hour. We have ramen and other snacks, so we like to feed people here. I do anyway. Creative Kids, which is one of our STEM classes for kindergarten and 1st graders, is going to be on Thursday, January 9th. It starts at 3:30. It is here in the meeting room, and you do need to register for that. I have a limited number of kids I can have in class with me. Just that personally, I know I can only handle 12. But also I need to know how many sets of supplies to have for everybody for whatever activity we're doing. Wacky Wonders, which is the older version of that class, so we do STEM activities with those kids as well. They are from 2nd to 5th grade. Again, it's a registered program, so you can either go on our website or give us a call. If you go on our website, you go to the events page and click on the link that is in the class description, and it'll provide you with a form to fill out. It's a very simple form. No School Movie Day is going to be Friday. Well, Wacky Wonders, I'm sorry, go back to Wacky Wonders. That's January 16th, Thursday, January 16th at 3:30, I'm sorry. And again, register for those 2 STEM classes if you have kids falling into those grade ranges. The No School Movie Day is going to be Friday, January 17th. That's at 2 p.m. We're watching the 1951 animated Alice in Wonderland to start off our new year. Someone had asked, why, and I designated specifically when I decided to show that movie in all the advertising that it was the animated one from 51, because we have such an age range with our movies and our kids upstairs. Mm-hmm. So it's hard when you have real life characters. When I was first here, I think the second Mary Poppins came out not recent, like not far after I started here. And I just loved that movie and wanted to show it to the kids. And they did not watch it. They got right up and went and played because it wasn't animated and it didn't hold their interest. So I don't really show non-animated movies. So I'm happy to say we're going to watch the original Alice in Wonderland. I'm looking forward to that. Evening Sensory Storytime is going to be on January 21st at 6 p.m. That is also a registered class. I have a limited number of books, and I want to keep the class as on the smaller side. We don't want to overwhelm kids who do have sensory issues. We do want lots of kids to come, not lots, but kids of all different neuro situations. So we want neurotypical, non-neurotypical kids to play with one another. It's very good for them to play together. Mm-hmm. But we do want to keep it kind of low key, so we keep the number down. Take about 10 kids for that class, just specifically for that reason. So we do ask you to register for that. We've never had the class, well, we have the morning class closed, but the evening class is never closed so far. And the morning sensory playtime is going to be on Thursday, January 23rd at 10 a.m. in the morning. Again, we ask that you register just because we'd like to keep that number down. Mm-hmm. And then on Friday, January 31st, 10 a.m. in the morning, Friday special story time is what we're doing. And so that is our story time where we have a little craft attached to it. It goes along with the theme of what books we read. It's pretty fun. It's low-key. We do a story time about 20, 25 minutes, depending on the, craft skill that we need or whatever, like the length of time we might need for that craft. Kind of gauge that and cut story time off at a certain time. But it is a full story time. We just kind of omit all the lengthy activities, or we shorten them just a little bit so that we have time for craft afterwards. And that is basically it. I think I got everything, and I don't think I messed anything up. Nope, I didn't.
All right, great. As usual, lots of great things going on. Very busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess I can start off with the library will be closed on Monday, January 20th for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we won't be here. But other than that, we're open at our regular hours now that the new year has passed. So that's Monday through Thursday, 9:30 in the morning to 8 at night, and Friday and Saturday, 9:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. And again, the website is www.newulmlibrary.org, and you can call us at 507-359-8331. So anything we talk about, you have more questions about it, you are welcome to either call the library, or we also have an online question form on the website. You just go up to the menu and on the top and click up there, and it'll take you to the form.
All the time until someone poses a question, and it's like, oh yeah, we have that.
So on the adult programming side of things, we've got all of our great regular programs going on. I'll start with our senior movie matinees, since we have 5 Fridays in January.
Well, that's right.
And so just tomorrow, we're going to be watching the 1930s classic Frank Capra's You Can't Take It With You.
Oh, fun.
I was in that play in high school. It was a lot of fun.
Were you really?
Yes, it was fun.
That's great.
So that'll be tomorrow, Friday, if we're out by then. If you missed it, I'm sorry. But next week, we're watching the original King Kong.
Ooh,
So, yes.
That's going to be fun.
And then the week after that, we've got Jimmy Stewart for Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Gosh,
Such
what a
great
good
movie.
lineup.
Yep. And the week after that is the original 1930s Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Not the Spencer Tracy remake, the original, which is fabulous.
Oh, wow.
It's longer than you think. He does a great job building the emotional.
That's really cool.
And then what I'm most excited for, last Friday in January, we're watching Errol Flynn's The Adventures of Robin Hood.
Oh.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yeah.
So many great fun lines from that.
Oh my
But
gosh.
so swashbuckling Robin Hood action last Friday in January. So those are every Friday afternoons at 1 o'clock right here in the library's meeting room. So join us for those. Our Knipling group is meeting every Tuesday afternoon from 1 to about 3 over in adult fiction. Come by, see what they're about. You can ask them questions about this, cultural heritage art that they do. And
So Knipling is German?
it's Bohemian.
Bohemian, okay.
The German word is different. Knoppel, or they're kind of similar, but
So someone put a tatting book on hold
okay.
this morning, and every time I see Knipling, I think about tatting, and I feel like it must be similar, not exactly, but very similar, and just like that's the English word for lace making.
yeah, it's bobbin lace weaving. They make their own special pillows that they have up, and then they put the pattern on and pin it in place, and then they weave around, and it's just fabulous to watch.
I just don't think I
It's
could do
fascinating. It obviously takes a lot of practice.
And concentration, which I don't.
But they also have a lot of great stories as well, talking about how they learned and who they learned from and things like
wow.
that. So it's a neat thing to come by and take a look at. We've got our chess club, of course, meeting every Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock. Our 2 in-person Pathfinder groups are meeting. Teen Pathfinders Monday afternoons from 3:45 to 5:15 after school. Of course, they will not meet January 20th when we're closed. And then the adult group for Pathfinder meets Tuesday afternoons from 4:15 to 6:15. Making sure my brain's got that right. We also, of course, have online Pathfinder groups. So if you're someone who enjoys tabletop games, or you know someone who does, but their work schedule just makes it really difficult to make those times, we do have online groups that meet in the evening, usually a couple times a month. And you can find out more information on that by joining the library's Discord server. There's a link to that on the library's homepage. We've got our book clubs are meeting. So our Litwitz Book Club, they meet next Monday, January 6th at 6:30 in the evening in the Fred Johnson Room, and they're going to be discussing Jamie Attenberg's A Reason to See You Again. It's a pretty new release. We haven't done a really recent book, and our next one's an old classic for February. But so getting copies was a bit difficult, but
bet.
people were people did, and luckily it's a short read.
Good.
So
Good.
we still have copies at the desk if you want to snag it. Get it Monday morning and see if you can binge read it. I don't know.
Yeah,
but we'll have another great discussion on that. The History Book Club, they're going to be meeting on Tuesday, January 21st at noon. And they're, of course, at their winter residence over at the City Center
Yes.
Apartments, 115 South Minnesota Street. We meet in their ground floor conference room, and we're grateful for the management there for letting us use that space and keeping it open to the public. So they're going to be discussing The Mysterious Case of Rudolph Diesel by Douglas Brunt. And when I say Diesel, I mean the Diesel that Diesel is named after.
Oh, really?
So fascinating guy, and yeah, he really did disappear.
Oh,
He was
wow.
on a ship from Germany to England and vanished. So I'm looking forward to the discussion. Should be pretty neat there. And then our Mystery Book Club, they meet on the last Monday of the month, so that's going to be January 27th at 6:30. We've got a fun read. Our last couple have been kind of depressing and dark, and so we needed something fun, so we're going to be reading Donna Andrews' Between a Flock and a Hard Place. It's all of her books have very punny bird names.
Okay.
But this one in particular, there is a flock of turkeys that causes mayhem, and it's pretty funny.
Turkeys are scary.
They can be. They are large birds.
Yeah.
So those are our book clubs. Poetry group, of course, will be meeting. So they'll be meeting the second Monday of the month. So that's Monday, January 13th at 6:30 in the evening. Come enjoy reading some poems. People bring poems on all topics, from poets alive today to poets from hundreds of years ago, even ancient poetry sometimes. Lots of great things, and it's just a fun thing to be able to read and to listen and to talk about them. Our needleworking group, of course, is meeting. I hope the attendance keeps up. I hope it wasn't just in December, we had a large group every week. I wonder if they were working on holiday projects.
Oh, I wonder.
But hopefully the group keeps up. That's Wednesday mornings at 9:30. And they're
have a
usually
lot of
here till
fun.
around noon. They do. They're always having fun and
Yeah.
laughing and things. A great group. And speaking of art craft groups, our art group starts back up after their holiday break. So they're going to be starting on Wednesday, January 15th.
Okay.
And so they meet on Wednesdays from 1:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon here in the meeting room. And yeah, they'll meet from January 15th all the way to mid-May.
Cool.
And so
They take a
you'll
summer
see them here.
break?
Yep, they take a
Yeah.
summer break and then they're back in the fall and they take
That's
a
right.
holiday break. Yep. We've got the Ulm Film Society is continuing their America at War series. And so that's going to be Tuesday, January 14th at 6:30. And we're up to the Mexican-American War, the Alamo. It's the 2004 version with Billy Bob Thornton and Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
So not the old
Not the original.
one that is John Wayne in the original one?
I think.
think so.
Why do I think so? I don't think so.
He might have been, but so we're watching the new version, maybe one you haven't seen before, and so that'll be here at the library again, Tuesday, January 14th at 6:30. Minnesota Valley Civil War Roundtable is going to meet on the third Tuesday of the month, Tuesday, January 21st at 6:30 in the evening, and we are planning, barring any illness or anything, Denny Warda is going to come and give a presentation for us, so we're looking forward to that as
Yeah,
well.
that'll be good.
Genealogy Club, we've got our regular meeting on Thursday, January 16th, so that's the third Thursday in January at 6:30 p.m. We'll be talking about upcoming, so Roots Tech registration is open, which is the world's largest genealogical conference, and you can attend online sessions for free during the conference, and then all of the they make most of the videos available for free afterwards.
So you have to register in order to attend those for free then?
To attend them live.
Live,
Yeah.
okay.
Because some of them do have like live participation and they take
Oh,
questions and
wow.
things too. And a huge variety of genealogical topics, from just getting started to family stories to researching ancestors in a particular place or looking for particular types of documents, all sorts of topics, literally over 400. So. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about, we're prepping to take a field trip to the Watonwan County Historical Society down in Medelia, so we'll be talking about that and planning that, and so we're looking forward to that. Then we've got a couple special events in January. On Saturday, January 18th, we're very excited to have our second comedian event. Our first one went really well. We had it here at the library, and we're dreaming big this time. We're going to be having it over at the State Street Theater. Big thank you to the Friends of the Ulm Public Library for making that possible. But we are having nationally known comedian Vian Pomachan, known as the Comic Doc, because he is in real life an actual doctor.
Is he really?
Yes, he's an ear, nose, and throat
Oh, I
doctor in
didn't know
Florida.
that.
Yes, but he does say that if you want medical advice, it's for his own amusement when he's not on the clock. So don't
ask.
don't ask. So he's our headliner for the show, and his opening act is Minnesota comedian Kyle Yamada.
That is funny.
So they're
That's
both
great.
really funny. They tour across the United States, and the Comic Doc tours internationally as well. Again, that's Saturday, January 18th. We're going to get things started at 1:30 there at State Street Theater, and it's free. It's a free matinee performance. You get to watch a live national comedian show. So please come to the State Street Theater and have some laughs. It'll be great. We also have an author visit in January. Minnesota author Jason Lee Willis. He visited once before and presented to us about Nicolette, Joseph Nicolette, and that was really fascinating presentation. And he's going to come and talk about Pierre Charles Lesueur. So if you know their Lesueur names in the area, towns, counties, things like that. He's going to talk about the man they're named after, this early French fur trader and explorer. Really interesting guy, and so we're looking forward to him coming. That's going to be on Thursday, January 23rd at 6:30 in the evening. So yeah, on the adult side of things, we've got a full lineup as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year, I think.
Yep, and of course, in our Library of Things, we've got our seasonal offerings are out, so snowshoes,
Fort building.
snow building fort, we don't have enough
Yeah.
snow for that right now. We
I
can
know.
hope, right? And there's a couple sleds as well. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
And
yes.
so if we get snow, come on down to the library and snag those. We also have our recreation center passes are still available, and they are now holdable, which means that you can
Go online.
go online and you can put a hold on them.
And in the catalog, you just type in like recreation pass, and they would come up,
Yep.
all 4 of them.
Yeah, we have 2 single passes and 2 family of 4 passes. Still, usable for a week. You can do all the things at the rec center, but yeah, you can. They're holdable now, which is exciting for people. Then our meeting room policy is also changed with the new year here that our library board approved. And so if you'd like to learn more about that, you can check out the policy page on our website, or you can come into the library and ask about it too. Anything else we're forgetting?
No, I don't think so.
Not at the moment.
I mean,
but-
if there is, I've forgotten it. So.
right?
Sorry.
You can always check out things on our YouTube channel as well, which is maybe where you're watching this,
Yes.
or in some other format.
Yeah.
But we hope to see you at the library, and we'll see you next month. Thanks for joining us.